sometimes I take the opportunity to say, look, now you guys know how difficult the job is because you're hearing varying degrees of agreement and disagreement on a bunch of stuff. Some people want more of this and some people want none of that, and it's the same thing. I think there are some things that I can take away from this that are clear. One, these CRT positions with SAPD are very, very important. These are folks, social workers who work with victims of domestic violence and battered women who come through the police department. We have 20 of them. There was a suggestion to cut them to 10. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll get back to 20. Library hours are important. I think paying for public pools, either we don't do that at all, or if we do it in a more gentle way than it's been suggested. I think there's generally consensus on that. Other stuff, it remains to be seen. I don't think there's as much consensus on everything else. Maybe streets and sidewalks, of course, keep those and keep doing it at the same rate, but and parks, actually. People had a lot to say about that.
Absolutely. And some of those issues were covered in bond hearings through the bond issue, but a lot of the other ones are still left through operational. Right?
That's right, and I think that, for example, someone said some parks have lights and some don't. Well, some parks maybe shouldn't have lights, or people don't want lights there. They want that park to be a park that goes dark at dark. But then there are other parks like San Pedro Park, which we're adding lights to, and the walking trail on McCullough and Vance Jackson, we're adding lights there. So I agree that you want to make sure that in terms of parks and public spaces that there's not an inequality between, let's say, the newer, larger parks or the traditional parks and ones that are smaller or in the inner city or urban neighborhoods. That rang very true to me because we want to change that. So it's nice to hear that I have support from the community for that too.
Definitely so. So at this stage in the process, obviously you've been through some discussions before, and the city budget's out. Is this too late in the process for people's voice to make a difference?
Not at all. I think we're all getting started. We just got our budget books, the big phone book, not too long ago. So we're all going through it, or we should be going through it, page by page, looking for efficiencies, looking for cuts, asking questions, and this is pretty much in the beginning, let's say third of that process. It's the beginning phase of that process. So, we're just maybe in the third inning. And this is an appropriate time to have it because it also gives me information to go back over my own notes, over my own book, and figure out what I can take out. Or maybe I took something out that people said was really important or something I missed. And I said, okay, well, if I've got to put that back in or fund it fully, then I've got to figure something else out over here. But more so than in any other budget I've done, and I guess this is my third, this one requires the most attention because it really is not as much money as it was last year. There just isn't.